Ann Wakina. We
Yes.
have had we have had such a laugh trying to connect with each other. We've had a few technical difficulties. Would that be fair?
Yeah, yeah. That was terrible, but we are here now.
Absolutely. And what part of the world are you in today, Ann?
I am in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm in Nairobi
Nairobi,
City.
Kenya.
Yes.
Beautiful. And is that home for you? Is that your home city, or do you live outside of the city normally?
No, that's my home city where I'm currently staying in Nairobi.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Very nice. Well, it's great to have you on the show today,
Thank
and
you.
thanks very much for joining us. We were just chatting before we came on air that it's a
Mhm.
wonderful gift, or it's a wonderful pleasure to be able to speak with people all over the world now on the internet, and it doesn't matter what part of the world people are in, but we're able to connect. So it's great to have you here, and looking forward to
Thank
hearing
you.
your story.
Thank you so much. Where are you
Yeah.
from? Where are you
I'm
from?
based in Ireland. I'm based in Ireland, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm about 50 kilometers north of Dublin. So yeah, it's just getting a little bit cooler now. We're heading into autumn time, so it's about 13 degrees today, something like that. So, but still
what?
very pleasant.
Hey, that's too cold. I don't know if I can survive with 13 degrees.
What's the temperature in Nairobi today?
Um, about 23, 22, 23 degrees.
Very nice. That's very pleasant.
Yes.
Great. Well, Anne, we are here to talk all things coffee today, and
Mm-hmm.
you are a third generation coffee grower in Kenya,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
really looking forward to hearing that story. Before we get there, however, tell us a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about where you live. Tell us about, we're always really keen on the show to hear about the local food. What's the scene like, and tell us about your surroundings there in Nairobi.
So this is the city I was born and raised in. It's actually the only city with a national park in the world. Did you know
Oh,
that?
no, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Tell us more about
So
that.
anytime if you want to visit to see the big five animals, the lion, the elephants, you can just go to the park and have a safari, just a mini safari.
Wow,
Yeah.
and are you saying that it's in the city, or is it beside the city, or is it
It's
is it a
in the
drive outside
city.
of the city? It's
In
in
the
the city. So
city.
how big is it?
It's really big. I'm not sure of the area measurements, but it's actually really big. It's really big
Yeah.
and
And does
beautiful.
this yeah, and does the city itself, it completely surrounds the whole national park, does it?
Oh, the national park is inside. It's in a section. Like there's a section. Three-quarter of it, I think, 3/4 of the city is a national
Oh, wow. Wow.
park.
Okay. And that must be a huge tourist attraction, is it?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. Great.
Mhm.
And tell us about the economy in Kenya at the moment. Is it doing well? Is it struggling? What kind of government do you have at the moment, and all of that socioeconomic stuff?
Unfortunately, the political system in Kenya is struggling because of corrupt leaders and not very efficient leaders. But the current generation, the Gen Zs, are trying to make a revolution out of it. Uh, so like last year, there was a riots. Like the whole country was at a standstill because of the leaders that we have uh, raising taxes. The economy is getting higher, but the pays are low. It's also hard to get jobs in Kenya. That's why many people are innovating and finding ways to get employed or make money for themselves. Yeah. But
Yeah,
all in all, it's a really beautiful country. It's a very peaceful country. The people are nice and friendly. Yeah, we are surviving. We are surviving.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few friends who have lived there, and I've got many friends who have visited there, and they all sing with the same voice. They all say it's just the most amazing place, and I have to go. I've been to a number of different countries in Africa, but I haven't been to Kenya yet, so I'm looking
Mm.
forward to it. Yeah.
Where have you been in Africa?
So I've been to Egypt, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Namibia, I've been to the old Zimbabwe, and so on. But yeah,
Oh,
not to Kenya yet. Next
wow,
on the
you're
list.
welcome to Kenya. Come and try our local food. The main food we
Yeah.
eat is ugali. It's a maize meal food. Ugali, greens like spinach, and nyama choma. Nyama
Wow.
choma is grilled meat. That's the Kenyan food you love.
Grilled meat. So would it be mostly chicken, or would it be lamb and beef? What is it?
It's usually goat meat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Have you
and
had
and how is
goat
it
chicken?
how is it prepared?
It's just once it's slaughtered, the meat is it's a barbecue kind
Barbecue.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's prepared. Yeah, over
Okay.
fire. You can make it over fire or just a green grill. The modern grills is okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is barbecuing outdoors a big family tradition in Kenya?
Yes, yes, especially in special occasions like Christmas time, family functions, Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an outside barbecue thing.
Okay. So a typical barbecue meal would be the goat's meat that you talked about,
Mm-hmm.
plus
Ugali.
the ugali.
Mm-hmm.
So and what else?
And spinach and something else called kachumbari. Kachumbari is
Kachumbari, yeah.
tomato and onion sliced on the side.
Kachumbari, yeah.
So it's like a side dish. I don't know how you call it in your a salad, yes. Almost like a
A
salad.
salad, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So when it comes to we're going back to business for a second now in Kenya, and you have said that it's quite challenging, and there's a big movement from the Gen Zers to try and get things moving again. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to setting up a business in Kenya, is that something that's easy to do, or not?
It's not easy. It's not easy, especially because of the funding. The funding is the main challenge to young people to start a business. Maybe you have an idea, but then the execution part you can't do it because you don't have funds or support from maybe the government to help you in the business. So it's really a struggle. And even to get into the markets. For example, myself, I had an issue with funding. I still have, I've not reached there yet, but funding is my main challenge. And getting into the market, like it's hard to, there, there are sort of barriers to enter into the coffee markets in Kenya. But
Yeah,
we keep
yeah,
pushing on.
yeah.
So
And
that's
before we get to coffee, so
Mhm.
I presume that agriculture in general is one of the biggest industries in Kenya. Is that a fair assumption?
Yes, that's true. That's true. In Kenya, we are actually the leading exporters of French beans. You know French beans?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we export French beans, coffee, tea. Like we're really huge on agriculture. But many youths, I don't know if they want to get into the dirty part of the agriculture. They want the white collar jobs mostly than getting into agriculture. So
Yeah, yeah, okay. And what about, are there a lot of dairy cows? Is milk a big industry?
yes, it is. It is, especially in the Rift Valley side of Kenya, the northeastern side of Kenya. It's really huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
And
about
just
the livestock
yeah,
market though.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
just for my uneducated brain, if I think about the country of Kenya, and the
Mhm.
fertility, so are there large areas of flat ground and then large areas of mountainous grounds, or what does the topography look like across Kenya?
Yeah, there are areas that are flat, like plain fields. We also have the mountains. That's where the best coffees from Kenya come from. And we also have the coastal part of Kenya, which is a bit flat. And we have a really, really big valley. It's called the Rift Valley, the Great Rift Valley. That's where tea really survives in those areas. Yeah. So the topography is really good in Kenya. It's so beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah. And the tea industry, obviously, Kenya gained a lot of its fame from the tea industry originally. So are they the same areas that coffee is grown, or does coffee grow at a higher altitude?
Coffee mostly in the higher altitude places, but you'd find that in the Rift Valley, they are both doing coffee and tea, like huge farms of coffee and tea. So in those areas they survive, but in the central part, it's mostly coffee.
Okay.
Coffee area.
And did coffee arrive before tea or the other way around?
I'll have to do my research on that. I'm not sure. I think, in my opinion, I think coffee. I'll confirm that. But I think coffee came
That's
first.
Okay, no problem. So let's go to the mountains, shall we? Let's go to the coffee farms in up in the mountainous regions. And you are, as we said at the top of the show, you are third generation coffee farmer or coffee producer. How do you like to call it? Is it a producer or a farmer?
Both are okay.
Okay, great. So take us back to the very start now. So obviously it didn't start in Nairobi City. It started way outside of it. So 3 generations ago, paint the picture for us.
So 3 generations ago, the story of the coffee farmer 3 generations ago. So that's like my grandparents. So what they will do, they grew coffee. I think there was a wave of coffee. They realized that coffee really does well in those areas. So they got seedlings and planted the coffee with hope of improving their living standards. So what will happen is once they grew the coffees, after 3 years, they started harvesting. So what will happen is the farmers will come and harvest, and once immediately harvested, it's taken to a cooperative society. So they wouldn't sell it directly. It's taken to a cooperative society where there's a local factory where the coffee will be processed, washed, and then dried.
Yeah. Did your grandparents own a farm already and decided to put coffee plants in? Okay. So what did they farm before that?
They farm avocados. I think they came into the farm. They bought the farm with the coffee, some coffee bushes. But then they expanded the farm with other coffee trees. There were a few coffee bushes. A very old variety. I don't know if you know it. It's called the SL28.
SL28, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
They were the trees. Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think they found it and then they added other bushes. Yeah.
Okay. And do you know what kind of acreage they started out with? How many trees?
No. It could be like 5 acres. 5 acres.
5 acres. Okay, great. Yeah. So they supplied the local coffee cooperative with their beans, right? So, so what happened next then? And has that continued all the way through the 3 generations, or were there changes in the business over time?
Yeah, there were changes, but it still happens majorly. But there are changes coming up. Right now is when the changes are happening. Like we are at that moment of changing things. So what would happen? cooperative society will take the coffee and sell it to an auction system in Nairobi. So the farmers will not know the prices, how much it was sold until the day of the payment, which came in months, many months later. Yeah, so they didn't
Yes.
control what they would get from the harvest totally depended on the auction system of Kenya. Yeah.
Okay. And so they were one of very many small producers who would supply the cooperative, correct?
Yes. They were small scale. I can say we are small scale farmers. It's not
Yeah.
too big for farmers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously they had very little control then. If payment was determined on the day of the auction and they didn't get their money in their bank account for many months afterwards,
Yeah.
it must have been very difficult from a cash flow point of view. It must have been very difficult to keep
Yeah.
going, right?
Yeah. It was really frustrating because the prices also are not constant. Maybe they thought they'll make this amount of money for this harvest and then it comes lower. Sometimes it gets higher. It was constantly changing. So it was very
Yeah.
frustrating. Some farmers even chopped down the trees. They cut the bushes to plant other
Yeah.
things that were beneficial to them.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of my own life growing up on a sheep farm, and
Oh,
the wool that you would shear from the sheep.
mm-hmm.
Some years it could be worth a little bit, some years it could be worth a little bit more, but most years it would be worth practically nothing because it was sold into big wool scouring plants, and they would decide what the market would pay for wool, and it over the years it has become a worthless product. But I think the big point is that farmers don't have any control over the price of that they're getting for their wool. So it sounds like it's the same thing as in the coffee industry in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
And is the coffee industry, is that mirrored in the tea industry as well? Or is it the same amount of local small producers supplying cooperatives?
Yeah. Yes, still the same. It's still the same.
Okay.
It's very controlled. The tea section is very controlled for the prices. Yeah, I don't know so much about tea, but I am sure it's the same. It has the same system.
Yeah. Can you take me back to the variety that you talked about? And what are the characteristics of that variety? And is it very popular internationally?
Yeah, actually, the SL, so we have three varieties growing, actually four. We have SL28 and SL34. Those are the original varieties we had in the farm. So the characteristics of those two, they have like really high quality beans and high yield and really high yield. The only problem is they're prone to diseases and pests.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the
So,
the other varieties are Batian and Review 11. Those two, they're really good with the diseases, but the yield is a bit slow. Yeah.
yeah. So you introduced those two new varieties in
Yeah.
later years. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes,
got you.
yes.
Okay. And they would have been introduced to fill the needs of the cooperative. So the cooperative would have said, right, we need XYZ amount of the new variety. So would you please go and plant that? Is that how it would work?
No. The cooperative only wanted the harvested cherries. It didn't matter which variety it was from because
Okay.
it was all processed in the same batch.
Ah,
This farmer, they are all bought in the same batch. It was hard to tell.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now tell me about the yield on the trees. You talked about yield, the SLs being high yielding, more high yielding than the other varieties.
Mhm.
What amount of kilograms would you expect to get from a particular tree, from an SL tree?
From an SL tree, it can reach about 50 to 60 kg.
Okay. And do you know if the quality of the cherries does that change from year to year, or will that tree always produce a really good quality cherry?
It does change. Once it gets older, the quality is not really good because the nutrients are like the area with the soil has been used, so the nutrients have been depleted, so it's not really good. Old coffee bushes don't have really good coffee. So what we will do is we will cut the bush and then grow from the suckers, the new suckers that are from the bushes. So that's how we will control and maintain the high yield of the coffee beans.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you're going through a season and you see that the quality of the cherries will not be as good as it should be, will you
Mhm.
still harvest that tree and send the cherries off for a kind of grade 2 production, or will you cut the tree and start the new growing process again?
I will definitely harvest it because I don't think there's bad coffee, just grades. So it will still be like it will still be good coffee to other people. So I'll first of all harvest it and then control it with time, gradually, gradually. Yeah.
Yes. So the things that can affect the quality of the cherry in any given year. So obviously weather conditions. So
Mm,
rainfall would be one. Perhaps sunshine hours might be another one.
yeah.
Soil conditions. So are there any other big variables that might affect the quality of the cherry?
Those are the major ones. Those are the major ones actually. The soil,
Yeah.
um, and even if you some most coffee bushes need fertilizers for them to boost high yield. So without those nutrients, it's going to be very hard to get the target yield that you're aiming for. Yeah, but those are the major
Okay.
factors. I think you know your agriculture knowledge.
Well, we grow flowers. We grow cut flowers commercially. So
Okay.
I'm trying to draw analogies between the coffee and the coffee plant and regular flowers. So I'm just presuming a lot of stuff here, but you're the expert. You're the one that's been in this for 3 generations.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that honestly. It's right now. It's when I'm getting back to it. It's a whole other story.
Oh, you better tell us. But before you go there, I'd love to
Yeah,
hear about the next generation. So your parents, I presume, took over
yeah.
the farm from your
Hmm.
grandparents.
Hmm.
And is there a established way to hand down farms through the generations? I know that in my experience in New Zealand, for example, it's a very structured process to hand a farm over,
Yeah.
or the younger generation buys into the farm over time. Is that how it works in Kenya?
Yeah, the common system is inheritance. So my grandfather will divide the farm into different portions to maybe to give my father and his siblings. And then now my father will divide his portion to us now. That's the system. It's
And did your grandparents build up the farm from 5 acres to a much bigger area?
yes, yes, they did. They still did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your father
They
would
triple.
have they tripled. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
And would that be considered a large coffee farm?
Yes, yes, yes.
So 15 acres, yeah.
Hmm.
A lot of work. So your father would have inherited a portion of that or all of that, whatever it was, and then did he then and your mother, I presume, did they
Hmm.
make big changes to the farm in any way?
Not really. They just used the same system that was being used with my grandparents. The same system, even until now. that's what we are doing. We harvest and take it to the factory. That's what we are doing. Yeah.
Does it still go to the same cooperative as you went to all those years
Yes.
ago?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So the cooperative representatives and your family, they're all really tight, really close, and
Definitely. Yes, because
yeah,
they've seen us. They've seen us all take the coffee. Yeah.
yeah, okay. You better tell us that story you were going to tell us about you.
So most coffee families, they don't grow up drinking coffee in Kenya. We don't have a coffee culture in Kenya. We mostly like tea. I think tea came in first, actually, because we
Okay.
have a tea culture compared to coffee. So I remember when I was young, I would go to harvest with my grandmother. I didn't even know it was a coffee bush. I just saw her picking red coffee cherries. And then we will dry them and then take a very, very long walk to the factory. It was so
Oh,
hard.
so they'd be taken. Each basket would be taken individually.
Yes, yes. You'd had to take it that same day because it would spoil. So
Yes.
immediately you harvested, you take it to the same day. So we will sort. That's the only memory I had with my grandparents with the coffee farm. I wasn't that much interested until I went to school. In university, I was given to an internship program in a coffee research company, and that's when I remembered what I used to do with my grandparents. Because the internship had me get into the coffee farm and do every process from planting it, like from the bean to the cup, processing, marketing, distribution. That's when I remembered, oh wait, that's what we were doing back at home. Up until then, like 18 years of my life or 20 years of my life, I had not drunk specialty coffee. All I used to take was just instant coffee. And that's the
Wow.
reality of many Kenyans. Yeah.
So you didn't actually grow up for a long time on the actual farm itself. You had moved to the city.
Yeah, I used to come during the holidays or weekends frequently. I
Gotcha.
will see the bushes, but it wasn't, we will just harvest, take it to the factory, and that's it. Nothing else was
Yeah.
talked about about the
Tell me
coffee.
about harvest days. Was there a ritual around harvest days? Can you remember it being particularly hot, or can you remember it being very early in the morning? Any of those things that stand out for you?
I remember it used to be in the middle of the week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Tuesdays, those 3 days. So we would wake up, my grandparents would go and do other farm works, and then during the middle of the day, that's when we'll take our buckets or baskets, and then we'll go and harvest randomly. Just maybe she's chatting with her friends or her my aunties and or uncles, and yeah, it was just a normal day in the life of coffee farmers. So
And
in the
I'm intrigued
afternoon,
about.
mhm,
Yeah, sorry, I'm intrigued about
mhm.
the time of day. I would have thought that it would get too hot to harvest in the middle of the day. Was there, or maybe there was too much moisture on the cherries early in the morning? Was there?
Yeah, I think that's why they chose to do it in the middle of the day. I don't think
Ah,
we did it in the morning. No, no,
yeah.
midday,
What
midday.
was there any music involved?
No, no, just
No,
talking.
no singing, just lots of chatter.
Sometimes singing, yes, yes. My grandmother
Yeah,
will sing in her. We have a tribe called Kikuyu. I'm from the Kikuyu tribe, so she will sing Kikuyu songs while harvesting.
Kikuo, is that right?
Kikuyu.
Kikuyu. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And is
Actually,
that
I
tribe?
remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that tribe particular to that region that you were living in?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes,
Is
yes.
it one of the bigger tribes or?
Yeah, it's one of the bigger tribes in Kenya.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
one of the most populated tribes in Kenya.
Oh, that's so interesting. And and so after you harvest on that afternoon or in the evening, you would all go to the cooperative then that evening.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Oh, that was a big day.
It was. It really was. It was very tiresome and fun. It was an experience.
Yeah, great.
Mhm.
So fast forward then to your university years, and you're back right into the business of coffee now.
Yeah. I got to see like how we have like a really, really good product being exported, yet us living in the country, we don't know how good it is. We don't know how good Kenyan coffee is, because it's really, really amazing. My mind was blown having my first specialty coffee cup. It was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's when I decided I'd like to create awareness of the coffee that we have in Kenya, and so that the coffee community can grow and for people to enjoy what we are selling abroad or internationally. Yeah.
yeah. Your own journey in coffee
Mm-hmm.
drinking, of course, I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm presuming that you didn't go through the whole flat white and cappuccino and latte. So you kind of started out. I know you didn't drink coffee when you were growing up, but
Mm-hmm.
you started in your specialty coffee journey right there in the specialty coffee at that level. You didn't start at the level where a lot of other people around the world start.
No, 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 no. That's why I started from the production part, growing the specialty coffee tree, seeing how the coffee bushes were being taken care of, the processing methods, different processing methods, not just the washed. Yeah. But then I got curious and went to barista school, and that's how
Ah,
I
okay.
learned about coffee. And luckily, I got an offer to work for a specialty coffee shop in Kenya, one of the best coffees you'll ever have when you come to Kenya.
Wow.
Uh, and that's when I got to learn more about how customers experience the customer experience of coffee. I got to do flat whites, cappuccinos, latte every day. And I fell in love
Right.
with coffee every day as a barista.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that cafe that you worked in,
Mm-hmm.
did they also serve specialty coffees in a pour over, or was it all through the espresso machine?
It was both. I would make pour overs from Kenya, Ethiopia, and China, and Chinese coffee, and espressos, those two
Yeah.
espresso based coffees, flat white, lattes, and cappuccino, and other signature drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have my favorite here. I wanted to show you my favorite
Oh yeah, of course. What's that one?
coffee bag.
So Grove is the Emerald Grove. Oh, Emerald Grove. Okay, sweet
Yes,
pineapple strawberry bite.
this
So
coffee,
Torch.
yes.
Go ahead.
But this is an international brand. It, yeah, this is a variety that we also have in our farm. It's called 3 to 11. I'll send you the details copy.
Yeah,
It's
I'd love
really
to see
good.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
How protective of Kenyan coffee is Kenya? And what I mean by that is, does the Kenya general population understand the industry of coffee and how important it is in Kenya, and are other coffees from different countries welcomed in, or is there some protectionism that goes on around that?
For sure, there's a protection for the Kenyan coffee. Actually, there's so many regulations. You just can't buy coffee, green coffee, without getting a license for the coffee. Like it's really regulated. It's regulated and protected. I can say that. Yeah. And
Okay.
even transporting coffee, you have to have a license. You just can't take it from this place to a different city without a license. It's that protected.
Okay, understood. Yeah. Going back to your relationship with coffee, why did
Mhm.
you fall in love with it, do you think?
I think being around coffee, I'm also an artist, so it allows me to be creative. I feel like it's an outlet for my creativity. Yeah, every day working as a barista, I used to enjoy like making the latte art. Anytime I was in the coffee cafe, I was inspired to make art and make art for myself. And there's so much there's a whole world of coffee, and I want to get to know it more, and the many possibilities. Even brewing the coffee is an art. It really is. And to me, art and coffee really blend in, and it feels aligned for me to do coffee. Yeah.
Wow. Your artworks, are they somewhat coffee based?
Yes, they're coffee based. I would say that, yes. Most
Yeah.
inspirations are from coffee. Maybe let me see if I can find one in my desk.
Oh, I'd love to see one, yeah. So you're a painter.
Yes, yes. I'm
Okay.
also a painter.
With watercolor?
With all mediums, watercolor, gouache, acrylic, this kind. Oh, found one. Like
Oh,
this I did while I was at work. It's a bit small, but I did it while at work.
very cool indeed. So that's taking the coffee beans to the, or is it taking water? I
It's
can't see.
coffee. It's a
So it
coffee
is
cup.
coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a coffee cup. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Very
yes.
cool. Very
Mhm.
cool. Great colors. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll
Now,
share more with you.
yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, if you have a file or a portfolio that's online, I'd love to have a look. That'd be very
Okay.
cool. Now, going back to the Kenyan coffee itself,
Mm-hmm.
is there a optimum way to roast it? Is it always a light roast, or do you have a combination of different roasts available?
There are different roasts, light, medium, and the medium to dark. Personally, I like medium roasts, Kenyan medium roasts. I enjoy them as pour overs. They're really bright, in my opinion. That's my favorite type of roast. And for espresso based, Ke- Kenyan coffee is also not bad with the medium to dark roast or the dark roast, but it really does well as a blend of Kenyan and Colombian. They really
Okay.
balance very well with espresso
Ah,
based.
yeah. What does specialty coffee mean to you? I'm asking that question because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't always aware that there was such thing as specialty coffee. I mean, at the start of my coffee journey, there was always it was just coffee, it was espresso coffee. But
Yeah.
I only learned in later years that there is a thing called specialty coffee. And so, what does
Mm-hmm.
it mean to you, and what do you think it means for the Kenya coffee industry?
Um, Specialty coffee to me means it's equal to quality, high quality products. And getting high quality products comes as a result of carefully grown coffee, carefully harvested coffee, carefully processed coffee, and carefully marketed coffees. That's my understanding of specialty. Right from the seed, from the cup, from the tree. If it's well taken care of, um, and then it's harvested properly, like everything's just high quality. That's my understanding of specialty. And with specialty, you get to appreciate the the coffee itself, the coffee tree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And is specialty coffee becoming more important in Kenya? Is the awareness? I know you're doing your bit to to improve the awareness of specialty coffee. Is
Mhm.
it growing? Is it becoming an important subsection of the coffee industry?
It is growing. I would say that it is growing really fast. We are having more specialty coffee shops opening in Kenya. So that makes the farmers be really careful on what they're growing because they're focusing more on direct trade for their customers. So if I have a specialty coffee shop, I'd look for a farm that's willing to carefully grow their coffee trees so that I would sell their coffee. So more farmers are open to specialty coffee farming.
Yeah.
Things
Take
are
us back
changing.
now to take us back to your own formal education around coffee and where is that at now and where is it leading you to?
Mm, I for my undergrad I did some a degree of agribusiness management. So I chose to choose the path of coffee. So after school there was a bit of challenge with employment because I was looking to work in maybe the big companies in Kenya. That's the usual system. But unfortunately, it was hard getting a job. So after finishing my degrees, when I went to barista school to
Okay.
learn more about coffee, how it's grown, and how people experience with coffee, and learn how to make the espressos. So with my degree, I went to be a barista in a coffee shop. It was very
Okay.
confusing, but I just believed in the journey that I'm taking, and yeah. So even in school, I'd wanted to open a coffee company to sell locally and internationally my coffee beans. It's called Vassal Coffee. That's the name of my company. So with
Okay.
working as
So
a barista helped me learn to know more about coffee. Yeah. So right now I'm
can
managing.
can I
Yeah,
just sorry.
it's okay.
Sorry. Can I just double click on that now? So if I bring all of this story together, you grew up in a coffee family
Mm-hmm.
on the producer side.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got some formal education in terms of your business degree and which focused on the coffee industry.
Yeah.
Then you went to the so that's the business side of coffee. Then you went to become a barista, which is the practical side of the hospitality industry, shall we say?
Yeah.
So you're at the other end of the coffee chain, so to speak.
Yeah.
And now you're interested or you have set up your own coffee company. So can you just go back to the detail around setting up the company, why you're doing that, and what does it look like today? I might have missed a detail or two.
Oh, it's okay. I set up the coffee company so that I can help my family back at home to practice specialty coffee farming so that we can sell it more to international markets directly instead of going to the cooperative society.
Okay, so the company that you're setting up is a coffee trading company, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So then if I understand that correctly, your
Mm-hmm.
company will purchase specialty coffee beans or cherries from green beans from producers like your family,
Yes,
and you will market it internationally and try and get a direct business going rather than going through the cooperative.
yes, yes. That's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm interested in your motivations for doing this. Are you part of that Gen Z kind of movement that is trying to make things more economically viable for your family and for your country? Is there a level of dissatisfaction with the cooperative because maybe there's a feeling that they have too much control over the industry? Is there a part of Ann Wakina, that is the entrepreneur that really wants to build this business up? What are the primary motivations is really what I'm asking.
The main motivation is my entrepreneurial spirit and passion for coffee and art. So it's mainly, as an artist, I see it as a venture for me to put my art out there while doing coffee. Also, I believe I'm part of the movement of making changes of the situation that we are in. Growing the coffee culture, even with my company, I'll use it to create awareness about coffee in Kenya, and yeah, even change the coffee story of my family, from taking to the cooperative, waiting for inconsistent payment. We don't deal with all of that. We move on from that to direct trade. Yeah, so that's the main motivation and passion. And
Okay.
yeah.
Can I presume that the sourcing part of your business is kind of taken care of because you probably know a lot of growers around Kenya that you can approach? So that's taken care of. Now, how do
Yeah.
you start to find markets either internally or abroad? How do you start to find markets
How I
and
find
buyers?
market, visiting expos and exhibitions. That's why we find the ready markets for our coffee beans. Yes, so sometimes the government, that's a good thing. They set up exhibitions and expos that brings together farmers and potential buyers from different countries to come and try our coffee and see if it's good for them. Actually, I'll be having my first expo next month. Yes, yes,
Wow. Tell us
yes.
about that.
I'm a bit scared because it's really my first launch. Now it's going to be me putting my company out there to the buyers and showcasing our coffee. I don't know how it will go. The licensing part was a bit stressful, getting the license to sell the coffee, but I'm grateful it worked, and I'm ready for the expo to showcase my coffees and meet
And will
potential.
you will you just showcase coffee from your family farm?
No, no, no. I'll also showcase from other small scale farmers that I made connections with along the way, because the ocean is too big. I'd like to promote some of their beans, some that I like, those that I like for me, and like to share it to the potential buyers.
Okay, can you still hear me there? You can. I think we had a little glitch there. I lost you just when you said the ocean is too big.
Seriously, I think it's my phone's notification. The battery is about to die.
Okay. Um, Very quickly, in case it dies, what
Mhm.
is the name of your company, Anne, again?
Vassal Coffee. Vassal. The name
Vassal.
Universal, now you remove UNI. So it's Vassal Coffee.
Okay, we'll remember that. And should we expect to see some of that coffee on our shelves or in our roasteries overseas anytime soon?
Yes, 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 yes. Be ready for Vassal Coffee. Hopefully, I pray it may be so that it's going to be
Yeah.
loved internationally. And
And is that, just to get the spelling correctly, is that V, so Victor, Alpha, Sierra, OL, Lima?
no, it's V VERSAL.
Oh, Versal, as in universal.
Vassal.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Excuse me, I apologize. I didn't hear that correctly. So,
It's okay. It's
uh,
totally okay.
so Versal coffee. Okay, remember that. And how, just in case you get your phone dies, how do
Mhm.
people get in touch with you if they want to access your coffee?
They can follow me on Instagram and Wakina. I'll send them the website page of my company.
Okay, we're back, and your battery ran out, so we're back. We were just at the point of asking you about how people get in contact with you. So what is your website? If you have a website or if you have an Instagram account, how do people get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me from my Instagram account. It's just Ann Wakina on
And
Instagram.
Wakina, okay.
Yeah,
I'll remember that, okay.
thank you.
So you're in the process of building up all of your international distribution relationships.
Yes.
If there was some way that we in the coffee community could help you, how what would you ask for?
I'd be grateful for you putting my name out there, me sharing my coffee journey, even in the farm. I'd record. I'd like to involve you guys in the process, even in the processing methods, and for you to advertise and showcase my coffee. That will be really nice.
Okay, great. And again, I presume you're selling a wide range of beans, a wide range of cherries, not just the
Mhm.
cultivars from your own farm.
Yes, yes, yes. At the moment, right now, because of the licensing, there's just one more license I don't have. But once I get it, I'm ready to go fully on with my coffee from my farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you see the your business unfolding in terms of bringing the art component and the coffee component together? Is that a unique offering that you've got, and how do you see yourself? Will you take the two parts of the business together at the same time, or will you specialize in one going forward?
Uh, I think I'll just integrate them together. The coffee can be used as a platform for me to sell my art, maybe just putting a QR code or a code on something to for me to sell my art on the coffee bags, or even support other emerging artists with the coffee bag designs. There's so much opportunity with the marketing. Like maybe this type of coffee bag, this could be an art from an emerging artist. Yeah. I feel
Very
like
nice,
it's
yeah.
going to be a huge community of artists and coffee enthusiasts. That's a belief. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
love the
believe.
branding on that coffee there. It looks really good, actually. Really good.
Mm,
Cool. So, what have
that's
we not talked about that could be interesting for anybody else in the community or anybody listening to the podcast? What have we not talked about in relation to Kenya coffee or Kenyan coffee and or Ann Wakina that people would be interested in?
I think we've talked about many things. I just have one question for you. What inspired your passion for coffee, like specialty coffee?
Oh, yeah. Well, my coffee journey
Yeah.
started many centuries ago, actually, and I have an aunt, an old aunt who's now not with us anymore, unfortunately, and she used to always have a huge jar of Maxwell House instant coffee in her house,
Mhm.
and she introduced me to coffee way before I was 10 years old. So she would quietly make a coffee for me when my mother wasn't looking, and she had a very specific ritual. So she would take a spoonful of the coffee, put it in a
Mhm.
cup, put a spoonful of sugar in, and then get a little drop of boiling water, and just a little
Mhm.
drop, and put it on top. And then she'd
Mhm.
take a spoon and she'd whisk it around like this, and she'd whisk it and whisk it until it developed a big crema. I call it a crema on top of it,
Yeah.
but just a froth. And then
Mhm.
she would pour the water in on top, and it would fill up, and there'd be a beautiful froth on top of the coffee like this. And this used to transfix me, and that's where I developed my love, not just for coffee. Now I know
Mhm.
it was instant coffee,
Yeah.
but it was more the ritual around coffee that I fell in love with. And then
Yeah.
I was probably the only kid in my family that enjoyed coffee, and I would
Mhm.
always try and find an excuse to go to my aunt's house and have some coffee. And then when I got to New Zealand, many years later, when I got to New Zealand in 2002, I
Okay.
realized that New Zealand, I observed that New Zealand has an impeccable coffee culture, with great coffees. Like even when you go into a a gas station on the side of the road, they'll always have a barista there making really great coffee, and that's when I fell in love with flat white, and then the usual cappuccinos and so on. But I moved on very quickly from the milk based coffees to just milkless or just coffee on its own, and developing and tasting new tastes and new varieties all the time. And that's where
Good.
I got interested in specialty coffee. And now I have a coffee business myself, where we have a really old converted horse box, and we make coffees in there, and I
Oh
love it. So I
wow,
still love it, and it's amazing. Yeah.
wow! It's a mobile, like a mobile cafe.
Yes, it's a mobile cafe. Yeah, we don't sell food or anything like that. We just sell coffee. Well, we sell some snacks, but we just sell really good coffee from a friend of mine who is a coffee roaster. It's called Java the Hut. So yeah, I love it, and but I'm particularly loving the discovery of specialty coffee, and speaking to the likes of yourself, who has
Yeah.
a deep heritage in coffee. Because I know
Mhm.
there's a great culture around tea, but there's an equally great culture around coffee,
Yes.
and I'm motivated to learn more about that. And speaking with you today has really helped me on my journey. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you as well. Thank you as well. I'd I'd ask you more questions on the coffee business maybe later because I'm getting into it, so I'm sure you have a few tips for.
Absolutely, absolutely, and so what I would love to do at some point in the future, maybe in 6 months or 1 year, I'd love to reconnect with you, and see if we can find out how your coffee journey is going and your coffee business is going, because we'd be really keen to find that out, and I wish you well, and thank you for joining us on the show today, Anne.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I look forward to
Okay,
that.